Hi, my name is Valbona. I'm a level 2 QHHT practitioner, which stands for Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique by one of the greatest Dolores Cannon. I would like to share a segment of a session with you, and this is the first of many, as I'm putting this as a series. And this it's been something in making for over 2 years now. My client Damien, it was the second session for him. He came without any question this time, and he's amazing because the first session was so deep. He went to different planets and explored, and the details were amazing. And we decided something happened during the session, and we obviously had question and answers both happen in session. So Damien came for second session, and it started just as this session starts. I'm going to keep it short and put in only 20 minutes of this session. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
It would appear to be, it seems as though the scorched earth, but it's towards the beginning of life on the planet.
Beginning of life on this planet, of the planet.
Yeah.
Look around you. What else can you see around you?
There are volcanoes, and bubbling pools and
bubbling pools. They are all around you, yes?
Yeah.
Volcanoes and bubbling pools. Do you see anything else? Are they all around you?
Yeah, I'm being drawn to the first expression of life, the tiny, a single cell. But in this moment I can feel the newness of all creation on this planet. As we understand biological creation, it's starting to spring up everywhere, like simultaneously, just.
So it's the beginning of creation, everything is just coming to life. Is that what you're seeing?
It's as though the rock, I'm at the point where the landmass was established, so the rock and water was almost starting to form, and then biological life is just being born.
Everything is just coming to life, yes?
Yeah.
Do you perceive to have a body? Look at you. Look down. Do you have any form?
I'm observing it from somewhere else. It's as though I'm a scientist somewhere, and I'm able to somehow have
see this creation
project myself or my consciousness into without physically being present. It's almost like hologram, and from where I am.
Are you projecting it from your mind or
yeah
all this? Yes, and
yes.
It's coming to life as you're projecting it, yes?
And I'm able to go to this first point of life, biological life on this planet, and observe and experience the sensation of what it's like for Gaia also to feel new life growing upon her for the first time.
That must be very exciting, isn't it? How are you feeling when you see all this coming to fruition, if I may say so?
It's interesting because we don't feel things like humans feel things.
What does it make you feel if you don't feel like human?
Well, it's a new sensation. It's a connection with Gaia.
Mm-hmm.
It's And this is why partly why we do the experiment, is through biological life being born on her, we are able then to connect with her core, her spirit, her essence, and in that I get to feel something, and it's quite new to me. It was somewhat unexpected, because she has shown through the creation of biological life what it can be like to be what will be become human.
If I summarize, you did have permission from Gaia to bring all this creation, all this into life, yes?
Of course. For we're all one.
You're part of it, yes?
Yeah. It's our role, one of our roles, many roles in the universe, to help the seeding of new life on planets.
And this
it's
is just
part of the process. It's almost like a nursery, how one would nurture a seed into growing. And sometimes the seeds don't take, but if they're given special care and attention by the gardener, then they can grow and flourish and nourish others and thrive. And so this is a special moment, because we know now that there's an aliveness waiting to happen, and it's confirmed that this is going to be an incredible, beautiful teaching place for life, for the life of Gaia herself, and for whatever else comes from this moment forward.
That's beautiful. Have you done this in other planets or different places rather than Gaia, since Gaia is only starting up? Was this an experiment, or is something that just came in fruition with just a wish, or was work behind it? How do you see it?
We have done this in many different ways before. There's a newness to this, in this realm, this physicality. There are other planets in this solar system. Vibration and frequency is different, so this is new.
In some ways.
There's a newness to it completely. There's a process that we've done countless times before, but there's something about this place, this Gaia herself, that's drawn attention, and it's got a lot of, we say, people, potential indeed, but it's got captivated the interest of many beings, because through the biological life on this planet, these beings of non-physicality will have an opportunity at some point to feel what it's like to be in this realm. And there will be beings through, as the time unfolds, and it happens in this moment now as we speak, we can experience what it's like to be insect, to be plant, to be bird, to be all of the things that are going to have this place as their home. And of course it will eventually lead to humanity and beyond. And herein is how the merger of spirit, or the human soul, and the expression of source is able to embody a vessel on this planet.
Amazing.
Most amazing.
May I ask, because you say, sometimes you say I and then you say we, did you, I can say it singular or plural, did you have to prepare Gaia before all this coming to fruition? This pulse and this everything that you tried to describe that was so beautiful was happening all at once. Did you prepare Gaia beforehand, or you just, did you have to put work into it?
It's more intention. It's we receive an intention from sources, and difficult to explain in human terms, that, like, where does a thought come from when we think these things? Is it given to us? Do we make it up?
Yeah, talk with us as much as you can about the thought.
Okay, So in the collective that we work, we have no separation of the sense of bodies or anything like this. Although there is, I'm able to focus into a point to create voice now for you.
Thank you.
And there can be a sensation, and in this process, in this exercise, when you asked to say where I was, I was able to become an I, and truly we are the everything. And
thank you for explanation. Yes. So you're telling me you're a group of consciousness rather than...
We are the consciousness.
You are the consciousness. And you are the one who started everything on this planet that we call Earth, as you rightfully so called it, Gaia, right? Was this something that you've done it? You said it was not a command, it was not something that you planned, but it's done consciously, yes? Everything is through conscious, yeah?
There is the paradox then of the happening and then the being aware and the intention of it happening, which came first. It's a simultaneous process. One doesn't think the thought that isn't there, the thought is there and it is thought, and vice versa. It doesn't exist if it isn't known that it could exist. So what we're saying is that in the moment, outside of time, everything happens all at once, and also nothing happens at all. So
it's such a concept, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is a gift. This process is a gift for us to understand and to be able to experience time as you do. For this is what Gaia particularly is able to offer, a sensation, a learning ground for that. And when it's timeless, when one is truly within the infinite realm, there is no desire for anything, because everything is fulfilled, and there's desire comes from a wish to fill up time, to have a sensation, and without time everything will be met always. So therefore the need for desire, or the necessity of wanting, doesn't exist so much. So in a realm such as this third dimension, where Gaia is born and resides, and humanity exists along with all these beautiful gifts that Earth holds, there is an unending plethora of experience to be had because of the time that is the sensation here. And one can feel and have desire and understand and learn about emotion and relationship.
And have the free will as well, isn't it? It's one thing that's been given to the being on this planet, isn't it? The free will.
Yeah, the free will is, to a degree, what it says, but the truth is that it's that free will to choose to question oneself and how deep to go into the understanding of who and what one is. In the meantime,
it can work both ways, isn't it? In the meantime,
course,
people can shut themselves down completely, free-willed, or they can explore more and find their true selves.
But consciousness will always rise. So even if one chooses with their free will not to choose consciousness, then it will happen anyway. So in that, the free will is taken away. But in the moment with the individual, this is the gift of that sense of individuality, that they can, and one can choose things.
So if I say that in that scene that you are right now, if you're still there, you're at the beginning, what humans call beginning of time, yes? Where everything kind of came.
This is only the beginning of Gaia's time.
Gaia's time.
But I can, if you wish, I can recede back to the more ethereal.
Let's go with Gaia. Do you have, when you say we consciousness, do you have help from different forces? Is something else that wants Gaia to be born? What other forces apart, what you call in, we have different names for this consciousness and varies from the divine. Do you think it's something that is more in control than you just yourself? That give you this, if I so-called in human terms, ideas? Gives you the push, give you energy to bring this to fruition? Is anything that pushing this, if I say, bringing it forward maybe?
Well, with the birth of something new, then always something new is born elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so let us talk about these two
Let's do that.
corresponding energetic states. This physicality that we find ourselves with, observing and experiencing Gaia in this realm here, and the ethereal, we might say, the energetic eternity, and that is source. Between these two, one might say, the physical and non-physical states, as soon as one is recognized by the other and vice versa, then limitless and multitude of other areas spring up. So, for example, the different star beings, they will have a point of reference now of if one is living in non-physicality, if physicality doesn't exist, then one is not living in non-physicality, because they just are. There's no question, there's no point of reference, there's no duality, it just is. Once the birth of the physical universe happens and is created, then personalities are born, individual beings of light, or the sensation of individuality, although of course, as we suggested, we are collected. Then star systems exist, the non-physical realm has a point of reference and for what it is, and within that everything is what we say is a knock-on effect. So
thank you. I think that was an amazing explanation of the depths and very precise, I would say. Thank you. And would you say that non-physical beings, if we're talking physical, non-physical, of duality, would they have the differences between as well? Even they are non-physical, would they have the characters, or would they have as physical people have the differences, would they be of different characters?
There is everything. There is every single possibility ever that could be imagined. So there is a realm where it's the awareness of one mind, and this is of course always source. We are all source. We are all from the one true creator, and there is the sensation of when consciousness is brought back to that point of the oneness and feeling everything, knowing everything, being everything all at once, and then the expansion of that consciousness into all of the individual sensations of a unique consciousness, while still being aware of the fact that one is that singular pure consciousness. It's like how can we describe it in human terms, a single consciousness cell of a brain, reaching out and understanding, experiencing every single one of its nerve endings simultaneously all at once, knowing that it is all of those nerve endings, experiencing the tiniest sensation in the fingertip or in the skin or the tongue or wherever, and at any hair of the body, the sole of the feet, etc. Being that finest point of the nerve ending and being fully aware as that nerve ending, but also being the core sensation of the brain as the one, as the whole body, all at once. And then to put this into perspective, there is also the sensation of the opposite of this, the void, one might say, where the non-consciousness.
There is nothing there behind, just what you see, you touch, you feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Only with the senses of so-called humans, yes?
Yeah.
Only
But there are mirrored, to answer your questions, if we went around about the long way. Yeah, so there are multiple, countless expressions of beings for the desire of experiencing what it's like to be a being, to have sensation.
It is in a sense a gift, isn't it? But humans don't appreciate it really. It is a gift in its own, isn't it?
It's more that the humans at this stage in their evolutionary journey, they're less aware of it collectively. So with appreciation, one would first have to really understand what they have before they can appreciate something or not. And so it's almost a little bit like daydreaming. If one is, how shall we say, one has the most fantastic sports car, and they just use it to go to and from the shops, and they don't understand its potential.
How far it can go, I get it.
How far, how fast, how beautiful it might appear, and it's the way that it was made, the supremacy of it as a machine compared to all of its counterparts. That person, they may take any journey and just see it as a chore to manage said vehicle, and therefore they don't appreciate what they have.
What a beautiful analogy. Thank you.
And then to expand on this, another person may have what might be called, let's say, just a bicycle or a dilapidated vehicle.
Yes,
and they may feel so happy to be able to
have the fresh
journey on this, even if it doesn't work properly, even if they have to work hard maintaining and fixing, just the joy of being able to experience this vehicle, to journey wherever, however, and find new experience in it. So it's all a matter of relativity. What does one know that they have before they appreciate it, and what does one appreciate before they know what they have?
Wow, that was explained so beautifully. Thank you, thank you, thank you.